Did they recruit you coming out of Florida?
Oh yeah, they did. But I didn't want to go there just because they offered me, like I said, like the day after Clemson. So I kind of felt like they just didn't want me to go to Clemson, kind of thing. So.
You know a lot of players on the team?
Oh yeah, I do. I got a lot of friends from around the area that went to FSU. Yes, sir.
Was last season's loss at FSU one of the toughest you've been a part of?
Yeah, I feel like they barely got out of it because I thought we were going to win that game just by how we played and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like they were lucky with getting out with the win. So I feel like we owe them something this year.
Can you remember what that plane flight was like coming home?
It was just real quiet. Even when we got in the locker room, everybody was just down, just sad because we had it in our hands. We kind of let it go. So it was just quiet the whole trip home, and I just don't feel that feeling again. So.
I know you guys take the approach of every game is the biggest of the year, but if you lose Saturday, your dreams will be crushed in terms of the goals you want to be accomplishing this year. So do you treat this a little differently than maybe the other ones, knowing the stakes? Or does it feel different?
I mean, just with this game, just because Florida State's won our division the last 3 years, or actually played for it for the last 3 years, they're definitely standing in our way of getting where we want to be, which is ACC champs, and then go on to the playoffs and stuff like that. But they definitely stand in our way. It's definitely a bigger game just because we haven't beat them in the last 3 years. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a little bit more behind it. But we're just going to treat it. We're going to try to treat it like every other game, but still, it's going to be a little bit bigger than most of them.
Easier said than done to treat it like every other week?
Yeah, it's definitely easier said than done. We're just going to have to focus, just not think about it. But, I mean, just in the back of everybody's mind. I know in the back of my mind, I mean, it's FSU. They've beat us for the last 3 years. So, but we're just going to try to treat it like every other game.
Jordan, first college football playoff poll comes out tonight. Are you paying attention to it? Does it matter to you?
Coach Sweeney told us not to really pay attention to it, but I know the teammates and I are going to like to see where the country thinks we're at. But other than that, I mean, it's not really that important because when Coach Sweeney was talking about it, 3 of the top, or like a bunch of the top teams that were like projected to go to the playoffs, they even make it in the playoffs after the poll came out. So I'm definitely going to be watching to see where the country thinks we're at. And then, but other than that, it doesn't really mean anything. It's going to mean something next month. So,
is it a measuring stick at all just for this team to say, hey, look, we're right there with LSU or Ohio State, whoever's up there?
I don't like to compare myself to other teams. I just know that if we just keep doing what we're doing and just win out for the rest of the year, I know we're going to end up where we want to be. So I'm just trying not to – I don't want to think about other teams and stuff like that. So if we just keep doing what we're doing, just keep on our track and our plan, I feel like we'll end up where we want to be.
Was Saturday one of the first times that you've actually had – it looked like NC State was trying to bracket you. They had a linebacker hitting you, a safety coming at you.
Yeah, that's definitely the first time since high school. But I guess they game planned for me because I'm kind of a third down go-to guy. So I definitely saw that a lot during the game. But we ended up finding a way to win. If they wanted to guard me with 2 people, then somebody had to be running wide open. So
What's it like watching Wayne run, and what has he brought to the offense?
he's definitely a different breed, just with the way that he runs. He runs so hard on every play. But he definitely his running ability really opens up everybody else in the passing game. So it feels good to see him break for long runs and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I think he's the best back in the country. But he might not get the spotlight like Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook. But to me, I think he's the best back in the country.
What's off it? So much confidence right now. NC State goes down, they score, they're up. You guys come right back down and make it look so easy. Is there ever any panic over there?
We try to stay as calm as possible throughout the game. We know we're going to face adversity, so the defense got off to a rough start as well as the special teams. So we felt like we could keep our defense and special teams in the game by just putting up a lot of points, so they didn't have to really worry about it as much. But I mean, it's just like they got our back, we got theirs. We're struggling. They're going to go out there and do what they have to do. But yeah, it was kind of stressful in the beginning, just when they kept scoring, special teams gave up a touchdown, but we ended up coming back and just regathering and refocusing and just getting the job done.
What stands out about Florida State's defense?
Nothing really different than Miami. They're just a bunch of athletes. So we're just going to have to match their talent, win our mismatch, and just things like that.
Curious, not to get away from the game, but Coach Sweeney after NC State talked about putting lipstick on a pig and rolling with an extra date for the night. I'm wondering, in your time here, what's your favorite maybe Dabo saying or quotation that he offered to you?
There really isn't a quote or a saying. I just like we have a lineman, Jay Guillermo, that makes fun of what he says and stuff like that. But on the bus before the games, when we go to the movies, he does a little stand up, I guess you could say, at the front of the bus, and just like quotes like "that's freaking rude" or something like that. Just it really gets us all laughing and stuff like that because he literally just impersonates Dabo Swinney, and it's hilarious.